Looking at a question like number 9, linear rate of change. So what we're thinking about there, when we see linear rate of change, the first thing that goes on in our brain is, what math tool do I have to find linear rate of change? I know that linear rate of change is my change in my y over my change in my x every time. So before anybody asks for help, you should be thinking about these strategies of linear rate of change. That's my math vocabulary word. What have I been taught to use for that? I've been taught that I need to be finding my change of y over my change of x. Okay. It's reading our context here. All right. That a strawberry plant weighs 3 ounces before any strawberries are on there. So the plant itself is weighing 3 ounces. A cluster of 4 strawberries weighs 2 ounces. If the plant grew 10 strawberries, what would the predicted weight be for the plant? So we're going to show our work. We're going to include our variables. We have a lot of important information here. Let's take from that. A strawberry plant weighs 3 ounces. The word before there's any strawberries. So we're going to think, how can I put my math together to organize this? So right now we're in context. We are not in math. We are in the language that we speak, which is English. How can we take this and translate this to math? The strawberry plant weighs 3 ounces before any strawberries. I would start to think about, okay, linear rate of change. The table usually works pretty well here. And what are my variables? If I'm going to have a table, I need my variables. Looking at this, it's going to weigh 3 ounces. And then I see that it's going to change. That's this 2 ounces here. And it's talking about wanting to know if there's 10 strawberries, what would the weight be? So the question is about weight and strawberries, or ounces and strawberries. And in this case, our strawberries, I'm just going to put straw for strawberries, is there in my ounces. Okay, so the number of ounces that the plant weighs is dependent on the number of strawberries that there are on the plant. Okay, if I go back here, the plant weighs 3 ounces before there's any strawberries. Before there's any strawberries, it weighs 3 ounces. You just found your your y-intercept there, right? So there's your y-intercept. It says a cluster of 4 strawberries weighs 2 ounces. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 4 strawberries. It didn't say that the plant weighs 2 ounces. It says that those 4 strawberries, like if I was going to pull them off, that those 4 strawberries would weigh 2 ounces. So that means that when my strawberries increased by 4, I'm looking for how many ounces did it increase by. It increased by 2 ounces. I could see that as my change in my y over my change in my x. Go back to that. My y, here's x. My y is increasing by 2 ounces for every 4 strawberries. Okay? When I simplify that 2 over 4, I end up with 1 over 2. So I'm increasing a half of an ounce for every strawberry. But going back to this table, I started with 3, I added 2, got 5 strawberries. 5 ounces when there's 4 strawberries. We haven't answered our question. If the plant grew 10 strawberries, I want to get down to 10, then how much would it weigh? Well, I just found this rate here. So if I increase this by another 4 and extend out my table, I can figure out that if I had 8 strawberries on the plant, then I'm going to increase by 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. But I'm not there. I need to get to 10, right? So if I were to continue this pattern, I might end up down here at 12. And I would end up down here at 9. And I realize that I've gone too far. So I've got to figure out, I just want to increase by 2. And then I want to figure out what that's going to be. And I've got to keep my rate the same. So going back to what we did here, this says if I have 4 strawberries, it increases by 2 ounces. But we simplified that and we said if I have 2 strawberries, then I increase by 1 ounce. So if I increase by 2 strawberries, I'm only going to increase by 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay, there's your coordinate pair that has your answer. If the plant grew 10 strawberries, what would the predicted weight be for that plant? It's 8 ounces. So show your work and include your variables. So to be done here, we need to say the plant weighs 8 ounces when it has 10 strawberries. Okay? And we know at that point that there's our final answer. We included our variables. We know what our numbers are standing for.